Good morning, it's Jackie from the Stitch and Post, and today, been a while since I've done some videos, but today we're going to do a little video on helping you with a kit that we have here in the store. It's called Cranberries and Cream. This is the kit, and the quilt is behind me, okay? It's a cool little quilt. It's a big quilt. It's actually quite large. It drags on the floor back behind me here. But when you get this, it seems a little intimidating, and I thought it was too. But I like to pre-cut all of my quilts before I start cutting them, or before I start sewing them. And our lady, our sewer, could not cut because she had surgery, so I had to pre-cut this quilt. Not looking forward to it, and I wanted to make it easy on myself. So here's the pattern. It's called Stars of Praise, although the quilt kit is called Cranberries and Cream. So when I open this up and start looking at it, there is a lot of different fabric choices here and a lot of cutting. So I thought, okay, let's make this easy for myself. In the pattern, you get a copy of the template. It's called the Goddess template, and it looks intimidating, but it's not. And I actually made my own templates because I didn't want to buy one. So I made the templates that I needed. And if you're looking at the pattern, you'll see that you need three. It shows you right here, you need three different ones, those three templates. And they happen to be, here's the little tool. They happen to be this half square triangle, this triangle, and in there, there's a tall, what she calls tall triangle, and it's a half a triangle. Those three pieces are what you need. I cut my own templates and then decided, no way. That was too ridiculous to try and spend that kind of time doing it. So I bought the tool and thought, I'm gonna use this tool. I also found out, I'm gonna show you how to use this. So if it's something that you want to purchase, and you may already have this at your house. These patterns are by Tiffany Hayes, and this, you can use this for all the patterns that she writes. We've had a few in the store, and maybe we'll get a few more since we have the tool now. Anyway, so I got the tool, and I thought, oh, it'll be easier. I also realized that the Tri-Rex tool, and a lot of you might own this already. This is the Tri-Rex tool. It's two templates, a triangle and a half triangle.
Is it a 60-degree triangle? Is that what it is?
It is a 60-degree triangle, yes. And you can use both of these to cut this also. So if you have that, great. If you don't, we carry them also. Now there's one piece in here that you can't use, but this half triangle, the half square triangle. But you can use a regular ruler to get that one. So let me show you how to use the Goddess tool. That's what I'm here for, okay? So all your strips will be, I believe they're 4.5 inches. So I'm gonna try and cut this backwards here, okay? So when you need to cut your half square triangles, okay, see where that little top is here? It's squared off. That and that little dotted line down here, that is where you're gonna make your first cut. Okay, cut it. And then there's your first one. Turn the tool around. Probably shut my rotary cutter there. Make sure that little blunt end is even with the top. And then cut this one. Okay. And you just keep going along.
Why is it easier to use the tool than to use the templates that you made?
Okay, Valerie asked me, why is it easier to use this template than the templates that I made? Well, let me show you why it's easier. Okay, here's my half square triangle. This is thin template plastic. Not putting it down or anything, I use it for a lot of stuff. But you can either freehand cut that, or you have to get a ruler to lay on top of it. We'll just try using, I don't have another ruler with me, but this will work. I would have to lay a ruler on top of it like that to make sure I don't cut.
You're about to cut it.
Am I?
Uh-huh. You're gonna cut your template plastic.
Okay.
There.
Okay, that shows you right there why it's easier.
Okay.
And
you can understand why
Okay.
I'm asking, because sometimes I would have gone the route of making the templates myself.
I did. I went the route of making the templates and tried to cut with them and realized with the amount of cutting that you have to do in this quilt, it's crazy. I mean, you might have to make 3 or 4 of those. Okay, so that's the half square triangle. All right, and you're getting 2 at a time because I've left it on the fold. Mm-hmm. All right, next Now we're gonna do what they call a tall triangle. I'll turn it so you can see that. Again, it has a blunt end at the top. And since I cut it 4.5 inches, I can go ahead and move this over a little bit and make my cuts. All right, there's the first one. Turn it around.
So that's just a 60-degree triangle.
It is just a 60-degree triangle. I don't recommend you cut like this because
FYI, not safe.
yeah, but it shows it makes it easier for you to see what I'm doing here. Okay, so there is the 60-degree, what they refer to as the tall triangle in the pattern. Okay, just keep cutting until you get them all done. Okay, the trickiest one is if you're using the Tri-Rex tool, it'll be this one. And right here, it's just this that we're using. Again, this is a 4.5 inch strip of fabric. So I'm going to cut the edge first. I'm going to even up my edge, get rid of my salvage, okay? All right. Now, I'm going to lay my tool this way. I want, in the pattern, they have you open up your strip the whole entire way because you need to make a right side and the left side. But if you leave it folded, you can get it at the same time. So I'm going to cut here, turn it around. Did I do that right?
No, because why wouldn't you have lined that up on your straight edge?
Okay, I think. Okay, gonna have to turn that off and go back a little bit. I need to figure this out first. Okay, we've had massive error, operator error here. So as you see, my strip's getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how to use this one right here, the tall half square triangle here. Okay, so follow the pattern and actually read it. And I had to cut these into, they're 4.5 inch strips, and I cut them down to 3 1/16 inch. Okay, so you're gonna lay this on here like so. Line up your little dotted lines here. You have a little piece hanging off the end. You can cut that away. You don't have to, but you can. And then make the cut. And you will have, there we go. And you can actually, if you want to, cut the little end off this one, you can do that too. On the top. Okay. So if you open these up, you'll see that you have both a left and a right, which is what you need. Okay, and then you can just continue along and cut these. Just keep cutting them apart. So I really like to have all my quilt. This is a good reason why to pre-cut this before you start sewing, so you know you have all the pieces you need. And trying to go back and reread the pattern or figure it out again after I figured it out a few weeks ago has not been kind to me, but there we go. See, da-da-da-da-da-da. Those are all the pieces that you need. Now you have a lot of cutting to do with this quilt, but when you get it pre-cut, sewing it is a piece of cake. You'll probably be tired after this and you'll have to put it away for a little bit, but it'll be all ready when you come back to it, and then you can have this great quilt behind me. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy making the quilt.